name is Pat Cohan, and this is the AD Insider on Campus series presented by Hometown Ticketing.
They gon' remember my name.
In this series, we take you to the campuses of 3 of the top high school athletic departments in the country to give you an inside look at their history, communities, and facility.
Yeah, they gon' remember my name. They gon' remember my name.
This is not a how-to or a step-by-step checklist. This is a deep dive into the individuals that make the unique high school sports experience possible. We at AD Insider are doing this to help schools across the country innovate their programs for the students they serve. We hope you enjoy.
They gon' remember my name.
Rockwall High School is situated on Yellow Jacket Lane, overlooking Lake Ray Hubbard, just east of Dallas, Texas. The school is a shining example of excellence that truly lives out the motto, "Jacket Fight Never Dies." JFND is not just a statement, it is a way of life for all the students that walk through the halls of Rockwall High School. It is the prism through which all who have called it home sees the challenges and opportunities they are faced with an undying, relentless determination instilled in the Jacket Nation. That is the true meaning of JFND. Jacket Fight Never Dies.
Welcome to Rockwall, Texas. Named after the underground rock walls that were discovered in the mid-1800s, this community's high school houses over 2,800 students, 28 sports, and competes in the biggest class of Texas high school sports. Led by District Athletic Director Russ Reeves, this department showcases the Texas high school model, where extracurriculars are part of the school day, coaches are teachers in the building, and facilities are bigger than most college programs. Ranked 11th in the 6A Lone Star Cup, a grading scale that totals up the performances of all Texas athletic and fine arts competitions. AD Insider sits down with Rockwall High School administrators and coaches to learn how they're handling their rapid growth, implementing their strategic plan, and innovating their facilities and fan experience, all while boasting a graduation rate of 98%. Get your stingers up. This is Rockwall High School.
Russ Reeves, Director of Athletics for Rockwall ISD. I really wanted to go into sports broadcasting, and that's kind of what I was going to do. But my dad was a coach, and he asked me to coach a powder puff team. And when I did that, I said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Russ Reeves is about excellence.
He is more than just a title. He's more than just a facilitator. He's more than just the name on the door. When we need you, he's there. I think almost every conversation we've had is, can I do anything to support you? Can I do anything to help?
I feel like Russ has done an incredible job as the athletic director. I feel like his passion for our students, his passion for our programs, his passion for the campuses really comes through in his work every day. And so we are proud to partner with him. We're proud to support him and to help him in any way that we can because of the great job that he does.
I've seen him at football games when I was 10 years old. I've seen him at baseball games when I was younger. He's really put himself out there that he supports this community, not only that he's just AD of the school. He's just a great person.
It's a tough job that I don't think a lot of people grasp, because it's, oh man, he's sitting at the top of the athletic ladder, oh, how awesome is that? But the number of sports, the number of coaches, the number of kids that you are ultimately responsible for. I mean, when you hire a coach, that coach is responsible for how many kids. You've got to make sure you make the right choice.
As far as the size of Rockwall ISD, we have 2 6A high schools and 3 middle schools. We're a little bit over 16, almost close to 17,000 students. We're just east of Dallas, about 35 miles, and growth is hit.
It's one of the fastest growing, communities to be involved in, but I would have never have thought that we would end up at both campuses over 3,000 students.
In fact, we're preparing to build 2 ninth grade centers, one on the north side of town, one on the south side of town, that will feed the high schools to allow for our growth. Those ninth grade centers will be built with a 6A footprint. So as we grow, we can expand those campus sites and turn them into high schools.
The great thing about this community is it still has that small town feel, especially for Friday night football games. The roadways have flags on either side of it, just all over the place, and the stadium is always packed. And you get to see generations of people attending these football games.
It's a 6A high school, so it is the highest level of competition that you can get in Texas. But at the same time, it maintains a small town feel.
Everybody gets involved with it.
Rockwall's fan base is absolutely incredible.
Passionate.
Humongous. Unbeatable.
It's actually really big, to be honest.
They're packing the stands an hour before the game. It doesn't matter whether it's cold, rainy, sleet, ice, it doesn't matter. There's gonna be a lot of people there.
Jacket Nation is one of the best in the state of Texas.
You know, we have a homecoming parade every year, and the whole town's out there.
The city of Rockwall pretty much locks down.
The whole community from Rockwall comes out to that parade.
We're the smallest county in the state of Texas, but man, it feels like a big town, big time town when everybody's out there like that.
And then I think when they get a taste of what it's like, if they've never been and they're coming for an event that they've never been, a lot of times they're like, well, man, this is a fantastic environment, and they'll come back. And so that just builds on to the community aspect of our game.
For over 150 years, Rockwall High School was, as they like to say in Texas, a one-horse town. But with Rockwall County growing over 160% since the year 2000, a second high school on the other side of the interstate was needed, thus creating Rockwall Heath High School in a rivalry game they call the I-30 Classic, a picturesque Texas Friday night football event where over 10,000 community members pack the Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. But instead of this rivalry dividing a community, Rockwall ISD has found a way to use it for good. Together, Rockwall High School and Rockwall Heath High School created a food drive that collected over 40,000 pounds of food, a great example of how to create unity within a rivalry for the biggest game of the year.
Wilkerson Sanders Stadium is really a complex. It's connected to our aquatic center that is first class, and it's on the north side. The home side holds about 6,000. We have a 3-level press box. The visiting side holds about 4,000. So we get about 10,000 people in here, especially for the I-30 Classic between Rockwall and Rockwall Heath.
The I-30 Classic is one of the best high school football games in the state of Texas by far.
Rockwall's on one side of the highway and Heath's on the other side of the highway.
It's probably one of the best rivalries I've seen as a coach, and I've been coaching for 24 years.
Our rivalry with Heath, I think it's a healthy rivalry. It involves so many people in the community, and so many people have an investment in our kids.
It's the hottest ticket in town by far.
I mean, we were sold out within 3 days of posting the tickets.
What's really great if you come out to the games is they have a student section, and it is always packed.
We're sponsored by Cane's, like chicken.
Our motto is, if you're not gonna scream, you're gonna go sit with your mommy.
A lot of chants, a lot of school spirit.
All matching colors.
It's red, it's orange, half the stadium is pretty much divided. They flip sides every year, and you can't hear yourself. The excitement, especially during the week, the excitement just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds.
Not just about the game, we do the food drive every year.
So we partner with a local car dealership here in town, Toyota of Rockwall, and we do a food drive. We kick off our food drive during convocation, which is the first Monday in August typically. We have all of our teachers, principals, staff all together at a church here in Rockwall. And we get hyped about the school year. We start our food drive there, and we carry it on as the student councils help kind of lead the way throughout those first 4 or 5 weeks of school leading up to the I-30 Classic. And then we announce a winner. And we are able to get a ton of food donated. Each year we've set the standard and broken the record. During a pandemic, during inflation, we've still been able to do all that. And it's just a great thing for our local community here and for Rockwall Helping Hands, which is able to feed thousands and thousands of people, especially during the holiday season.
Texas high school football is so important is because it brings us all together. No matter our beliefs or how we see things, on Friday night, we see it all the same.
Like all things in Texas, athletics are a big deal. As an outsider looking in, the fanfare and the facilities are unmatched. But how did it get here? How does Texas make the high school sports model work so well? One clue is in how they structure their school day. Texas is one of the only states in the country that embeds athletics or fine arts into the student schedule. This means every middle schooler and high schooler has a class every day dedicated to their specific sport or activity, giving coaches consistent connection with their student athletes throughout the year. Another clue is in Rockwall ISD's focus on creating vertical alignment all the way down to the youth programs in the community. Together, these strategies of keeping kids connected to something they're passionate about inside the building has helped Rockwall High School land in the top 10% of U.S. high school graduation rates.
One thing that always comes up is how we in Texas are able to do our athletic periods during the school day. And really, it's a philosophy that I think the state of Texas and the UIL has set for all of us, is that athletics is part of education. We're not just saying that, we're embedding it into their schedules.
To see my kids every single day gives me a greater power to help them.
And even in the middle schools, when 6th grades are in the middle schools, which is the direction Rockwall ISD is going, they start them in pre-athletics. And they don't really hit athletics until 7th and 8th grade, but it is it's painted into their school day.
With any extracurricular activity, it gives the students a place to belong. It gives them a family at school, and then it also gives them that safe place to be.
Over 90-something% of our kids are in some type of activity. And so that right there, statistically, is gonna help prevent dropouts. Why? Because they're connected.
When I have my freshman meeting with freshman parents, the number one thing I tell them is you've got to get your son or daughter plugged in somewhere.
It lowers dropout rates significantly. Attendance rates shoot through the roof, test scores shoot through the roof.
There are programs every legislative session that people are trying to institute that are 6 to 10% of a budget, of a district budget, and we're talking about athletics and fine arts are around 2% each. So you're looking at a total of 4% to help keep kids in school and be connected to their campuses, which will have them buy in and they want to be a part of it. And then winning's part of that too. If you're successful and you're winning, kids want to be a part of that. And communities want to be a part of that. So that helps the cohesiveness of keeping kids in school as well.
Being an athlete at Rockwall has pushed me to be better academically. I struggled really bad in 9th grade and 10th grade because of the whole COVID. And then 11th grade, when I actually started playing, I did much better because my coach, he just stayed on me every day. He was like, do you have this turned in? Do you have this turned in? And so I'm glad that I have that support from him.
I think you get a lot of life skills. You learn responsibility, you learn accountability. You understand that you're not just given things, you have to earn things. You have to work to earn things. And I think sports is a unique place where you really get those lessons cut and dry, black and white.
Well, I think it's true in education as well as athletics. If you can get vertical alignment with anything that you're teaching, there's going to be better retention and more success. And so it's not only beneficial for athletics, but it's also beneficial from an educational standpoint as well.
The way that we try to vertically align, starting at the high school, through the middle schools and even down to youth sports. Just some examples of that. We run a strength and conditioning program over the summer, and we run it for all incoming 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. We had close to 400 kids. What that creates is now our coaches who run the program, they know those kids, going all the way down into the youth sports. We do a youth coaches clinic, not to tell them how to do it or to do their job, but to give them things that we do at the high school and give them things that we as coaches in the profession think could help them. And really more than anything, it creates a connection between us and those youth coaches that are coaching our kids.
You vertically align by creating stair steps to get kids where you want them to be. We start with the end and work back from there. So what do we want our students and our athletes to look like? Then we're going to work back all the way through that system to make sure that we do have true vertical alignment.
What I have learned is the two concepts are respect for people and continuous improvement. And without respect for people, continuous improvement is fake. And so the foundation of what we do is relationships. That relationship is huge so we can have high level of innovation to get to excellence, and that's the ultimate goal for kids.
As the Rockwall staff strives to impact as many kids and community members as possible, they are confronted with an obstacle all too familiar to those in public education: scale. There are only so many hours in the day, so many ticket takers to help people into the game, and so much space for facilities. However, this hasn't stopped Rockwall from innovating their leadership style, fan experience, and the way they build facilities to improve the service they provide every day.
Lean leadership basically is something that Dr. Villarreal is very high on. It's a leadership style that basically says, hey, let's cut out all the waste and get down to the processes that enable us to be successful. So if there's something that we're doing that takes 3 or 4 steps, lean leadership will come in and say, you know what, I think we can do this in 1 step. And we take out the extra steps and we become leaner, but become more efficient.
Growing up as a teacher, a former coach, defense coordinator, baseball coach, English teacher, I've always thought that there's just too much. And what can we take away that doesn't add value to making sure that our students have the best experience possible? And then, so I'm a waste eliminator, and then whatever we decide to do, whatever that foundation is, let's get really, really good at it.
So one of the things that I can do as an athletic director is come up with innovative ways of meeting and getting my information to coaches without necessarily taking them away from the time that they spend on their jobs. And so one of the things that I've done is I've created video meetings, and I will send links and have the coaches watch them. And they'll be short. I don't want it to be really long, but I want to dispense information quickly and efficiently. I want it also not only to be a meeting and to dispense information, but to also be a resource.
With him creating the video that he does, he's able, honestly, he's able to put the tabs in there. So we can always just resort back to his video and be like, oh, he did talk about this, and we click on the tab and it brings us right. So we don't have to search it up. Russ has put it there for us within the video.
And it doesn't take them away from what they're here to do.
We're constantly looking for new technologies that we need to bring in. For example, hometown ticketing. It takes the stress away as far as organizing that process of selling tickets and collecting the money for the tickets. It just simplifies everything for our teachers. It's one less thing they have to worry about.
Dealing with cash, you have to count it and make sure that it all equals out, and you have to go deposit it at the bank, and it created multiple more steps and a few more, honestly, people on staff to be able to complete the same, one item task that we do now, which is online.
And it allows me as an athletic director to send out credentials and all kinds of ticketing and things electronically, which allows people to focus on the game and not on getting in.
In a society where very few of us carry cash and nobody wants to wait in line, it is very convenient to be able to buy your tickets before you ever get to the stadium.
And their dashboard, the system that they use, that allows us to kind of monitor all our ticket sales and things like that. We pull it up, I can see every event and how many tickets were sold. We can run reports. It allows us to do it in seconds. And so you can imagine over a whole school year, if you're compressing things that took you hours to do into seconds, how many hours you're adding to your ability to help the kids and coaches that you're entrusted with on a daily basis throughout a year. And so I think it's invaluable.
Because times have changed, I think everybody's evolving. I think everybody's having to be more outside the box in their thinking of the way that we do things.
One of the major issues that we have here on the campus at Rockwall High School is the fact that we're landlocked. There's not a lot of space for everything. So what we've tried to do is be innovative in our design of our facilities and our fields. And we've created a multi-purpose field back behind the school that has baseball and softball. We also are able to throw discus on it. People ask, can you throw discus on the turf? Yes, you can if you maintain it properly, and we do that. Because there's no place for our kids to throw the discus because we don't have the land here at Rockwall High School. So we did that with the multi-purpose field to maximize the only grass field we have left. And then as far as the band, we have a parking lot that is marked with a football field on it, and it allows them to use that facility, so it's kind of a dual purpose. And that's what we want to do. We want to find, when we create things and build things, we want them to have multi-use function. And so people that come here see that. They see, oh, you have an indoor. Well, we have an indoor that has pole vaulting in it, that has weight rooms in it. So it's not just helping one group, it's helping as many people as possible.
Where some would see problems and barriers, Rockwall sees opportunities to overcome. This was evident during our visit to film a Rockwall High School game day last October. All geared up to receive the thousands of fans that had already purchased tickets, we found Mother Nature had other plans.
You know, I told John, we talked to a meteorologist, and he said there's going to be electricity in the air for another hour and a half.
Kind of putting on it at 9 o'clock to, you know, if something a little crazy would have set by 9, but
yeah,
hopefully we'll be able to do them later.
Yeah, yes, sir. Okay, well, we'll just stay in touch. I appreciate it, Dallas. Thanks.
To many, athletic directors in public may look like professional handshakers, but the reality is they are responsible for every person at an event, which for Texas high school football games reaches into the thousands when you factor in the athletes, cheerleaders, band, security, dance teams, TV crews, and the fans. For Russ, as a district athletic director, double that, because he was managing not only the Rockwall High School versus Mesquite football game at Wilkerson Sanders Stadium, but also Rockwall Heath High School versus Royce City away game as well. Oh, and playoff bids in the district championship were both on the line.
So I got the coaches together. We talked about the plan. We decided initially we would talk at an hour. That we talked to a meteorologist who told us that there was an hour and a half of electricity in the air, and then there were cells moving up that would be here in 2 hours.
What was your biggest fear with it? You seemed pretty intentional about making sure you were communicating thoroughly to every single person.
Because they have the best interests of their kids, we have the best interests of our kids, and you can't forget that. When you're dealing in negotiations, you want both sides to feel like they were able to take care of their kids. So that's why I was very intentional on what I was trying to do, is to make sure that both coaches felt good about where we were in relation to their teams. Here's another example of why hometown ticketing is such a great tool for us, is we were able to send out information to the fans and everyone that has an interest in this contest when the game would start. And so we were able to do that through the information we have gathered when people bought their tickets.
This example of constant communication with all interested parties and focusing on the main goal of safety, Russ was able to help both games kick off, bring home a district championship, and create a unique experience for the Rockwall student section they'll definitely remember. This concludes Season 1 of the 80 Insider On Campus series, where we traveled to schools in Florida, Ohio, and Texas to cover ways athletic departments are innovating their model to overcome the challenges of today. We also hope this project shines a light on the heroes of hometowns across the country, the athletic administrators of high school sports. So the next time you go to a high school sporting event, say thank you. They'll appreciate it.
Patchouli, I'm so glad you could make it.
I bet your apple juice is not organic.
Listen, I have some exciting news. I met the perfect guy for you. I know it's last minute, but will you have dinner with him tonight?
I've just never been on a blind date before.
Trust me on this one. He's a great guy. Will you at least meet with him?
I'm just very skeptical about these sorts of things. Well, okay, what does he do?
It doesn't matter what he does. He's a perfectly nice guy.
What's his name?
His name is Dave. Dave Butcher.
His name is Butcher? Dave Butcher. Shell, you know that I'm vegan and I'm very specific about who I can go out with. I just don't think I can go out with a guy whose name is Butcher, Dave Butcher. I'm vegan, sexual, yes, yes. Well, okay, who does he most resemble?
Well, he is tall, like a carrot.
A carrot?
He's got biceps like melons. Parsnip toes.
Parsnip toes.
Butternut thighs.
Thighs? Oh, tell me more.
Oh, he has strawberry lips.
Strawberry lips?
And blueberry cheeks. And like cauliflower hair.
Cauliflower hair?
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Tell me more.
His buns are firm like tofu.
Oh, yes, they are.
And his calves are muscular like apples, sausages.
What? Oh, forget about it.
Oh, no, like apple pie, like apple pancakes. Just apples. Oh.
Hi, Rebecca.
I don't believe it. Emma deleted me off of VegBook.
Oh my God, are you for real? Emma Pumpkinnickel, the hottest, most popular vegan girl in Veg High, deleted you? That sucks. I'd hate to be you right now.
Thanks. You always have a way with words, Jessica.
Well, maybe you're just not in her top 10 friends right now.
You think that's all it is?
Could be.
You're in the top 10?
Well, the top 10's pretty special. It means you're in.
So I'm out?
Well, it all depends.
On what?
Okay, you have two possible options. One, being disqualified from the top 10 means that you're not a cool vegan anymore. Or two, you're just not as cool as your new circle of friends. Looks like somebody's being downgraded.
Ouch, that is so unvegan.
Wait, I've got another call coming in. Can you hold? Oh, hey, Vanessa. What's up? I've got Bex on the other line. Are you for real? Oh my God. I'll call you right back. Bye. Rebecca?
Yeah?
Word on the street is you were seen kissing Emma's now ex-boyfriend Scotty Hansen outside of Real Food Daily last night.
Oh, that.
So it's true then?
Well, it wasn't a real kiss. I mean, we were just like joking around. You know how Scotty is. He just kind of slips the tongue in and forgets to take it out.
Oh, that doesn't matter. The real issue is he's not vegan anymore. Emma caught him cheating by eating a cow burger. So now you're not vegan because you kissed him. Ew, that is so un-vegan.
Oh.
All the leaves are brown, leaves are brown, and the sky is gray, and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day, on a winter's stopped into a church. I passed along the way. Well, I got down on my knees, and I pretended to pray. You know the preacher like the cold. He knows.
Fuck! I told you I don't eat animals. This must be a new place. Haven't heard of the raw explosion before. It says on your profile that you're vegan too.
Actually, I'm a raw foodist. Vegan is so yesterday.
Right. Well, I'm sure if raw food looks this good, it must be pretty tasty, right?
It's not raw. It's living.
Living. Oh, it's alive. It's alive.
You making fun of me?
No, I didn't mean to.
Just kidding. I can tell you cook food, your eyes are dull.
Thanks.
It's all those enzymes you're killing. You just take a deep breath and let it all go.
Okay.
My eyes completely changed color overnight when I went 100% raw. I used to be 50 to 80% raw, and I felt like a total fucking loser. Well, what are you doing? It's not living water. It can't breathe in that bottle.
It's not what? Excuse me.
Excuse me, waiter. I'll have what she's having.
What is LIGO?
I'll tell you about LIGO. This is what you call fundamental science, where we just have no real understanding of what we're going to find. But in our case, we had a particular mission. Einstein made a prediction in 1916 that there were something like electromagnetic waves, which is what's lighting us up and makes our radio go and everything, that has to do with gravity. And that was controversial for about 50 years. In fact, even at the time he died, it wasn't an accepted idea. The idea was accepted when it kind of was derived right mathematically in about 1960. And since then, which is a long time, 60 more years, people have been trying to find it technically. And we finally hit the jackpot about 3 years ago. So we saw it, he was right. And in addition, we saw it from something that itself is interesting, which is two black holes colliding on each other and creating these things. So those are a lot of big words, but it was quite an adventure.
What was it like seeing two black holes colliding?
I'll make it even stranger. This collision happened 1.3 billion years ago, when on Earth we were just converting from single cell to multi-cell, 1.3 billion years to get here, and we detected it here. So we saw something that happened when the Earth was just beginning to have life.
What does that mean for us?
It means that the universe is pretty big and pretty complicated and pretty interesting.
What was your inspiration for Adam's Apples?
No, the film came about, actually it was a play, and I have a theater company in New York. After we had finished that season in the theater, I've always wanted to work more in film, and I'm sitting around and I'm trying to think about what to do because the economics in New York in the theater are not fun to deal with. And I said, well, I'd love to make a movie. So I actually converted the play into a film and I raised enough money to do it. The story really, I mean, Chekhov is someone who has inspired a lot of people. When I looked at what I wanted to do, I said, well, if I really honored Chekhov, I would have to write a film that was taking place now, not something that would look back, like put it in the 50s or do something like that, which would have been a simple solution, but it wasn't what I felt I wanted to do.
What inspired you to do this?
In fact, it's the ultimate, false information that was spread on platforms. At the beginning of the pandemic, everyone started, talking about the coronavirus, the origin of it, and how did it spread actually. One of my colleagues had a look at my social media videos and told me, Mahmoud, how about we make this, to our viewers, to our audience in Al Jazeera, and let's try to make it entertaining. And that's a good idea. And I met with few colleagues in our creative department who we started discussing how can we make this informative and entertaining at the same time. We started looking at the academic articles, trying to write the script and try to make it storytelling. And that's the way it started. And we were surprised with the amount of engagement we had with those type of videos. People were eager to know the right information about the virus. How did it spread? Remember, this was almost a year ago when the pandemic started. So people needed to know the information. Journalists need to take scientific information just like what Barry does and try to deliver it in a simpler way to the viewers in order for them to understand the importance of science. I'm a very strong believer in science, and I believe we should educate or help educate people and deliver this information to them in the simplest way possible in order for them to understand it. It has to be also in a storytelling way. And this is a big challenge, to explain the entire life cycle of the virus.
How do you keep everything relevant?
You know that we don't have much time to develop the story. It has to be in an hourly matter. And it's really stressful. So the way we had to think about it is the production of this report will take weeks, not hours. We have to look at a longer scientific data, a solid scientific data in order for us to build the story after 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It's relatively, a short term for cinema, but it's a very long time in the news industry. So that was, a question we had to answer. In addition to that, as you said, information keeps changing, and we didn't discover everything about the coronavirus or the COVID-19 yet. It's a legit question that it may be, developed in a lab, but we still need, it's not the right conclusion to go to. We have to ask the question and then look at scientific evidence, and we shouldn't fall into confirmation bias by any means. And it's extremely hard in such circumstances to stick to evidence while everyone wants to believe what they like.
How do you know when you made a discovery?
In pure science, we were taught by Newton how to follow the scientific method and ask the right questions afterwards to validate whether something's true or not. So we often in modern science use statistics to be able to tell what the probability is, because you never know with 100%. But if you can assign a probability and have done it scientifically, you've done pretty well. That's the best you can do. You ask the questions, and then if you see something, you have a big task to see if it's really right and whether you can establish it as the truth. And we had that problem. It took us months after we made this observation to actually determine how to tell whether it was right or wrong, and then how to prove it.
What is our understanding of time?
We don't understand. Time is one thing that physicists barely understand. For example, we have no idea really why time goes in only one direction, why it can't go backwards. There's no physics law that we have that says that, except something we call causality, that everything that happens was caused by something that happened before. But that's not really a law, it's observation. We don't understand very much about time. It's, of course, of time, I just talked about 1.3 billion years. So it's something that we have a big wish that we could cross time barriers and go a long ways. There's some little escape routes in quantum mechanics and so forth that give you some glimmer that you might be able to evade just time flowing in its regular way. But for the most part, it seems to go straight on.
What was your family life like growing up?
Well, the world I grew up in, my mother kept telling me that we were special, and I kept telling her things that I won't say right now because I didn't want to be special.
Who did you look up to?
Well, the person that I think I idolized as a person, not just as an actor, was actually my godfather, who was Francho Tone. Francho was a Renaissance man. When I was young, he'd take me, they had a place up in Canada, and we would go up there and we would go hunting and fishing and canoeing, and it was a world that was totally different from the world that I grew up in, because I felt, it's not that it's more real, but there's something, I need to be in nature. I need to be in that. And I'm a city kid. So that's something that now we're in France, and I'm a couple of minutes from the ocean, and I just feel better. When I'm in New York, I know I'm okay if I remember to look out the window and see the river. If I forget, then I know I'm in trouble. Yeah, it's just, I always felt that I marched to a different drum in a way, even growing up in a world where a lot of the people were extraordinary human beings. Sometimes I don't know why I know what I know. I was just surrounded by things. And, my sister would say, we learn by osmosis. I want to say this whole thing about time, which fascinates me. I think I do travel in time, and I can just go sometimes I'm in other worlds. I could be sitting wherever I'm sitting and I'm somewhere else. And I can't explain that, and certainly I'm not a scientist, so I can't explain it on a scientific level. But there is something about an artistic process in which one's imagination perceives realities that later come to be true. And I think that that's true in science also. Einstein talked about imagination all the time. He thought that he could do what he did because he thought like a child. The whole idea about, seeing two black holes and things like that is just extraordinary to me. I have difficulty conceiving it. A conception of what time or space is really hard.
Well, there's definitely 4 dimensions, but some people that do physics have this theory called string theory. You've probably heard the name, and it has 11.
It's hard to know what the truth is. It's a very difficult thing. You change your perspective on the world, and the truth changes. And I've always wanted to know, what is the deepest truth? What is the universe, as universal a truth as possible? And I know that sometimes in my work, the things that I do, the play, the movie, I'm driving underneath to try to say, well, what are we actually like? Not just what we think we're like, but what we actually are like. And it's my passion in life, is just to know as much as I can about people and the world. I actually think that that's what I do. I think I express it in an artistic domain, but I think what I really do is I'm trying to find out what reality really is.
How do you handle the job?
It's sometimes difficult in tough situations. You have to split your emotions, human emotions, from what's going on the news. We see a lot of bad news, unfortunately, and this is just the industry itself. What you have to do first you have to take a step back, and then you need to look at the things from a different perspective. You have to stick to your guidelines as much as you can. You will have to try to take that third party position and say, okay, what is the information I can deliver to those people and tell them the story of this event that's going on, without placing my own opinion into it or trying to, take things into a biased situation. This is something that we can't always be successful at. Sometimes it's really tough not to do this. But I strongly believe that journalists need to take that position. They have to be extremely cautious. They have to stick to they have to be factual. The moment you stick to facts as much as you can when you build your story, and then this is what's going to distinguish you from other type of information that's spread throughout. We have a huge problem with digital platforms. Information spread, fake news spread out a lot easier than facts. This is something we need to tackle, and we face challenges, Deborah, every single day with this. How does it work, and that sticking to the facts is always less juicy for the people who are listening to it. They would like to believe in more of a conspiracy theory, and it's not always factually right. So we have to give those facts an entertaining dimension to it.
Is it possible to have good, unbiased
I
news?
think that people are actually desperate to know what the truth is. And I think that it's very hard. It's a dangerous thing, actually, to be truthful. In the world that we live in, people do much better when things are half-truths. And a half-truth to me is fundamentally a lie because you're distorting reality. I worked for several years at the National Film Board of Canada. I would deal with a lot of guys that were making documentary films. And I would have arguments. I took the other side. I said, it's almost impossible to be neutral about what you're doing. And the older I get, what I actually feel is that objectivity is not a distanced observation. It's a clarity of perception with your senses. You have to feel what's true. And this is very hard because we're not raised to trust our feelings.
We need to deliver such an amazing discovery to the audience in a very informative, entertaining way in order for them to appreciate science more and try. We need as humans to invest more in science. Unfortunately, we as humans, we learned from tragedies. We started investing so much in biological research when we got the pandemic. But that started when we had SARS. The biological research centers started communicating with each other, and we had some sort of a platform to communicate the research. Now, with this pandemic, it's the first time in history, for example, we're using mRNA vaccine. The technology of the mRNA and the theory of it was placed or discussed tens of years ago. But because of the pandemic, we're trying to move forward. We need to support such initiatives, scientific initiatives, and it's our responsibility, at least as a journalist, to try to deliver this information, correct information, and the importance of science to the audience.
What does the lack of interest in STEM field-related jobs mean for society?
If they see and hear science in their everyday life, they'll respond to it much more. When it's part of your life, or if it's something off to the side, then it's something that you don't do. I also think there's a point, and that is that we've learned from the pandemic, and that is that science is not national, it's international, and it's worldwide. And the sooner we learn that, the better we're able to handle things. And handling the pandemic has all these problems. How you deliver the vaccine worldwide, for example, doing science itself. It shouldn't be competitive between nations. And scientists realize this, but there's a lot of obstacles.
What are you working on right now?
I'm teaching right now. This has opened up the possibility of really doing astronomy. I mean, what we did is prove something of Einstein's, and it's something very interesting physics-wise. But because what we observed are things in the universe, it gives us a totally new way to look at the sky. Everything we know about the sky first came with our eyes, and then we developed telescopes of various kinds. But all of that is some form of light for electricity. And this is totally different. It's gravity. So we can look at the universe in a totally new way, looking at gravitational effects. That's what's open. And so we're trying to make these detectors. It's a little bit like Galileo 400 years ago was the first one to take lenses that had been made for glasses and put them in a telescope. He didn't invent the telescope, but he was the first one to point to Jupiter. And he discovered there were 4 moons. And that was the beginning of modern astronomy. And since then, we've built instruments of all kinds and learned a tremendous amount about the universe that we live in. And now we have a completely different, we're in the birth of it, but we have a completely new way to look at the universe.
Do you have other fields of study?
I'm a computer engineer, and I just work in journalism by, coincidence. My family are, all engineers, and that's why we love science. I mean, we love math. We love to look into the information, and we try to, when working in journalism, it taught us how to simplify the information that we thought, making it more complicated sounds more interesting. Actually, it's not. It's the opposite of it. Just one point I wanted to raise here about the global collaboration around the world, international collaboration. I think we as humans, unfortunately, we start working together when we see an imminent threat to all of us all of a sudden, and then we start like, listen, we need to collaborate in order for us to face this pandemic. And that created a huge shift, I believe, in the past couple of years that we didn't see in the past 50 years. Again, I believe that project was a great thing to point the spot at. One of the ways you asked, Deborah, about how can we deliver this, how can we make this more interesting to people, we can support investigative journalism. Science. Said, listen, those famous people, you pay them millions and millions of dollars, and you pay your biologist 2,500 euros. Go let those famous people develop the vaccine for you. And that was, striking for me when I read that. I'm like, listen, you're so right. We sometimes under-evaluate our great scientists and those people who really work for us, and we need to have the spot on you and make the next generation inspired by your work. It's for the greater benefit for all of us.
Here we are.
Where's Mark? Can I help you?
What are you doing here? I'm watching her.
Want some tea?
And she knows I can get.
Oh, to Mark, the super hairdresser.
I worked until she entered the fold now. She won't get fat, She won't grow old, but she.
Ricardo's, where nature is our first choice. How may I help you?
What am I seeing? Double?
Getting you ready for your 1,000 YouTube show? That's a heck of an accomplishment. So, Amabol and I are gonna get you ready so you can rock the red carpet for your 6 million subscribers.
Without you, my anxiety would be at its peak.
Oh.
This show is so important for me to move up to my YouTube Premium. And soon, Amazon, Apple, Netflix.
You go, girl. So, is your boyfriend escorting you?
No. He broke up with me by text on the red carpet of the Streamy Awards.
On the red carpet.
Mm-hmm.
What a dog. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Everything's gonna be okay. Okay? Mm-hmm.
For you, Dollface. Anything. But do me a favor. She is coming in today. Please work your magic charm with her. You are the only one that can. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know what I would do without Eddie. I mean, he takes care of all the accounting, all the business matters, just like Mark did. Mm.
And
He's great.
y'all be going.
Ooh, that, just one final little touch, baby.
She's almost yours.
Just a little bit longer.
Just a little bit longer.
Looks good. God, you are the best. Let's hope the producers like it for the press photos.
You, Uchiwanga, you're the main judge on that show. They love you. Don't you forget it.
Sweetie. Oh, excuse me. Listen to me. We need to close today. No close, no commission, and this is the big one. And, okay, I know. I know that you have the big one, but just keep it in your pants till we get our 6% off our $20 million sale, okay, good? Oh, hi. I'm Marcia Flagg. Forget the stock market. Property is the game, yes.
Is she for real? I don't know.
Bye, guys. Oh, Mark.
Marsha,
Oh.
so good to see you.
Mm.
Mwah. Please have a seat.
Oh, thank you so.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Can you get us some tea, please?
Tea? Oh, no. With what's going on with this head, I need something a lot stronger. And what is going on with this? I can't even say the word. Mark would never approve.
Sweetheart, okay, this is all fixable. So how's business?
Oh my gosh, I am a wreck. I have this big deal closing, and thank you so much. And what does the broker do? He takes his kids to the Bahamas.
Well, family is important.
Mm.
Hmm?
So how are you doing? Isn't this the anniversary of Mark's passing? I so miss him.
Well, Eddie and I are celebrating him over dinner tonight, quietly.
You know, I know it's been 5 years, but I still think that we should have done something in the salon. A lot of people wanted to honor him. And also, I do not like these sustainable products. And I'm not so sure that Mark would have approved. Because his color lasted a lot longer. Mark's products last a lot.
I was cutting vegetables, and my husband just kept picking and picking and picking. Psycho. Oh, come on. Hitchcock?
You know, I've been thinking. You could use some help around here. A salesperson. There's a lot to do to make this business more, profitable. And I am the perfect person to assist with that.
You know what? Business is good. And Eddie here is doing the books.
I'm not talking about the books. I'm talking about style, cachet, buzz.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hi. I'm Marcia Flagg. Forget the stock market. Property is the game. And you're young and successful. You need to own.
You know, I had thought about buying, but I don't know. But thank you.
And that is how it is done.
Good.
Great.
Yes.
Cool life, that's what they're selling us. Look sharp, you'll have them a fool. A cool life, that's what they're selling us. Look sharp, you'll have them a fool. A cool life, that's what they're selling us. Look sharp, you'll have them a fool. A cool life, that's what they're offering us. Who cares what you think or if you made it through your school? Everybody wants parties every night in the shopping joints. Everybody wants parties every night in the shopping joints. Checking into rehab, that's what all the sexy people do. You know it's true, you'll meet your best friends there, and everybody wants a cool life.
Hello, welcome to New Media Adventure. I'm your host, Susan Johnston, and today we're going to Edinburgh Castle. Let's go!
담배 하나 주세요.
어떤 거 드릴까요?
요거요.
이거요?
아니요, 요거. 아니, 여기.
이거요?
아니요, 오른쪽.
이거?
요거.
아, 요거?
예.
여기까지 해서 6,000원입니다. 어서오세요. 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 굳이 이거
아이. 그럼 공기 쓰는 사람이야.
안녕히 가세요.
담배. 아니요, 저는 비흡연자예요. 아니, 이거 어떻게 잘못 왔나?
아이, 가슴이 콩닥콩닥 뛰냐.
부장님, 저는 일찍 좀 들어가가지고.
들어가.
네, 아침에 일찍 일어나서. 아, 진짜 감사합니다.
3,000원입니다.
제가 제일 좋아하는 겁니다.
오셨어요?
오늘은 납품할 물건이 많아?
저도 미리 빼놨습니다. 잠시만요.
술상 쌓이네. 치. 아, 이런 거 하나 제대로 못 해가지고 말이야.
여기요.
수고해.
수고하세요.